Hey guys, it's your girl Coach Yana, and in the last video I was talking about how learning compound interest will help you learn how the universe works, and I think a lot of people miss out on compound interest. So I'm not a financial advisor. This is definitely not financial advice. I don't have any financial formal training whatsoever, so I'm literally not telling you what to do, not even a little bit. I'm just showing you what compound interest is and how it works so that we can apply it to our life. Okay, because learning about finances and economics and things really does help you understand how the world and how the universe operates. Not just like get out of that mind, not in the not just in the physical world, not just in the 3D mind, not just in like capitalism, like literally learning how money works will help you understand how everything in the universe works as well. So I just wanted to put that out there. And so we're going to use this to help us understand those concepts, right? Period. All right, so here we go. According to Google AI, compound interest is the interest earned on both the initial principal and the accumulated interest of previous periods. This means, okay, listen to this, close your eyes and listen, all right? Because then you'll hear better. This means your money grows faster over time because the interest earned also begins to earn interest. It is different from simple interest, which is only calculated on the initial principal amount. How it works, all right? This is important, people. Year one, you earn interest on the principal. For example, a $1,000 deposit at a 5% annual interest rate would earn $50 for a total of $1,050. Year two, you earn interest on the new higher balance. The interest for year two is calculated on $1,050, not just the original $1,000. You would earn 5% of $1,050, which is $52.50, for a total of $1,102.50. Over time, the effects compounds, so the growth becomes more significant with each passing period. In the example above, you earned $2.50 in the second year because of the interest from the first year. So that I tried to explain, I recorded this already and I tried to explain it and I ended up confusing myself. So we're going to go to where the things. All right. So factors that increase compound interest, and we're about to play with a compound interest calculator to really show you what this means. So the interest rate, a higher interest rate will lead to more growth, but a higher interest rate also comes with more risk. So big risks, big reward, big risks, big risks. Big potential, big risk. So when you take a big leap, like an unprepared leap of faith, that's a big risk. So there's a big potential for a reward, and there's also a potential for a crash and burn. And typically, super companies that would offer you a super high interest rate tend to be more risky companies as well. So those are things to also consider. And like things with like dividends and, you know, all that type of stuff. So like I said, this is not financial advice. This is literally just so we can get the bare bones of what compound interest is. Do your own research, but then we can apply this to our reality as well and really get down to it. All right. Compounding frequency. The more often interest is compounded, daily, monthly, quarterly, or annually, the faster your money grows. All right. The longer your money is invested, the more time it has to compound and grow exponentially. Where this applies, savings. Compound interest can make your savings grow much faster than simple interest. It is a key feature of savings accounts, certificates of deposits or CDs, and other investments. Debt. The concept also applies to debt. The credit card, debt, or loans, interest is charged on the original principal and any accrued interest, causing the total amount owed to grow faster if not repaid. So now I'm going to reset. I'm going to redo this so we can really get in. Now that we understand what compound interest is, for a high enough level, basically you get more money through the years because you have more money. That's, long story short, that's what it is. You get more money through the years because you have more money. But now let's see what happens when you don't do it. let's see the difference. So in this particular scenario that we're looking at, I want you to imagine that you are putting your money into a ditch, okay? You are putting your money into a ditch. You're not using a bank. You're not using any investments. You're not getting any rate of return. So that's right here. You're not getting any of this. So you're getting $0. Your initial deposit, so the money that you're putting in initially, so your initial effort that you put in, all right, if we're going to put this to the universe, the initial amount of effort that you're putting in is pretty substantial depending on how you're looking at it, depending on where you're, for most people, $5,000 is not a little bit of money. You know, it's not a lot of money, but it's not a little bit either. Like, I wouldn't be upset if someone walk up and just gave me $5,000. I would be like, okay, cool. You know, thanks. If you wanted to do that, you know, you can, because I am a children's confidence coach and I am helping save the world. Literally, I'm a superhero, okay? Because I'm helping save the children. So if you want to contribute, you know, I ain't gonna deny you, you know, unless you're evil, then I will. But anyway, so okay, so here we are. All right, so we're putting $5,000 initially. So we're putting in a lot of effort, and we're giving it 5 years to grow. This part matters. The amount of time is what really makes a difference in compound interest and the frequency of which you do it. All right. So we're going to be compounding annually because, you know, whatever, we're going to compound annually just because we want to be conservative with the numbers here. Then we are contributing $100 every month to this with no rate of return, 0. Now, by the end of 5 years, we would have $11,000. So I want you to remember that number. Now, let's say we increase this to just, you know, 4%. Now we're putting it in a high yield savings account. So now, oh, isn't that an interesting number? Wow, the Reverend Ike says, you know, when you start doing stuff, the universe will start to play tricks with you and play games with you, and this number is definitely one of those. So I'm on the right path, people. All right, so with the 4% difference, you can see, like, we have over almost $2,000 more. Now, here is where the magic happens, because we have put our effort in a fruit producing operation. All right. So this would be like, let's say you put $100 in every month, but $100 worth of effort, but you're not putting it into something that can pay you back. Then you would end up with the 11,000 versus the 12.7. Now, the interesting part that I really want you to see is the amount of what happens over time. So we're going to keep the same contribution. All right, we're going to keep the same contribution. We're going to have 0 estimated rate of return, and we're going to do 20 years. By the end of 20 years, you would have basically, let's just round up. You would have $30,000, right? You would have 29. But now, let's say you get that 4% rate of return. Look at the difference. You almost have twice. You almost have twice as much from the same amount of money. So that is the equivalent in the world of going where your people are. I was teaching this one student. We were he's such a great child. But anyway, he would be like, because he has a little business. I don't even want to say little business. He has a business. He's a businessman and a business boy, whatever. And I was like, so what advice would you give another business person? And he said, go where your audience is. Go where your audience is. Go where the people are. Because I was asking him, how do you make sales? Like, do you advertise? Like, what do you do? Because I take the advice that the children give, I take that very seriously. Very seriously. That's why I started the animated series in the first place. And it turned out to be a great idea. So, I'm like, so he's like, I don't advertise. I don't do any of that. I just go where the people are. And here he is. Bought his second machine for his business. Okay? Cash. Okay? So he know what he's talking about. So putting in the effort, the same amount of effort, but just being in the right place. Look at the difference. Now let's go. Like, man, I be feeling like, eventually I'll probably get into finance in some way, shape, or form. But I'm such a personality. Like, I don't really know, All right. Anyway, now let's see what happens in 40 years. Same initial investment, $5,000, and all we're putting in monthly is $100. So at the end, in 40 years, we'd have $53,000. Now, let's see what would happen if we had a 4%. You see that? It's past $140,000. That's almost 3 times the amount. Now, let's do it again real quick. Let's do it again. And let's say we do, I'm gonna do it fast. Let's say we increase our return. Somebody just text me, so I gotta go in a minute. But you get the point. Something happened. What? Oh, 20 years to grow. Okay, let's keep it at 40 so we can really see. If we double the effort, you see what I'm saying? So what it shows you is that the more effort you do consistently in the places where the people that you need are, the better. And how can you do that? Through the internet, using the algorithm, pulling up in and being enough of a presence in whatever space you're looking to grow in, and or building the acumen, working out if you want to be a sports person, or just working out in general to keep your body healthy, showing up for people, building your content, cooking, doing whatever it is that you want to do, that that you're here to do, to serve and create for everyone else in this planet. Do it and put in the effort and be in the places where you need to be, and you'll start to see magic, and life will just, work out for you. All right, stay till the end for a snippet. Bye.
Oh, when nature calls, you gotta answer. Excuse me, where's the bathroom?
Straight ahead.
Oh, thank you kindly.
I told you he'd be on here. What is this peculiar odor? Evacuate immediately! Be you! Play it cool. We trained for this.